This video was made before Borid Petelin became rich and famous, and the establishment.
Okay guys, I hope I'm in focus. Okay, I've been vlogging for a very long time, and I've been blogging from, believe it or not, 2003. 15 years. Anyway, today is a new day, and today is a new chapter. Today I will start a new series about wet plate collodion process, but as we know, this process can be very expensive. And that myth I will break today. Today I'm going to show you how to do wet plate collodion process in a budget of 300 euros, and that's including the camera, the tripod, everything. I'm going to use in this vlog amazing Kodak folding Brownie. It's a compact camera from 1905, so this one is around 110 years old. On eBay this costs around 50 euros. Beside that we need a tripod. Very cheap, I bought it yesterday from Hama, 20 euros. Instead of the professional trays, we're going to use some trays from Chinese store. I don't know why is that for. I guess for a refrigerator. This vlog will not start with a math, but actually I will take this camera and I will make a real shots with very cheap materials. And then on the end I will go into details and with the math. Okay guys, these plates are clean and now it's ready to do some image. Remember, in this vlog I'm scheming through the process. In next stage we are using collodion, and this is actually nitrocellulose, which is explosive. And to make everything worse, this is diluted in alcohol and ether. So that's why I advise you to use a real safe light. We will put this into the budget. It's like 30 euros. And the second thing that we will use is silver nitrate. And silver nitrate, if you're using silver nitrate, use goggles, use gloves, apron. Let's get to work. Okay, that's it. The camera is loaded. Let's make a photo. Okay, I started the exposure. It will be around 3 minutes. I close down the aperture to f128. Those numbers are approximate. They're not really exact because, you know, this is a compact camera, 120 years old. Anyway, so let's see what will happen. Okay, that's the end result. Okay, this zoom is not the best. I have a macro lens, but I have to go through a secret passage somewhere, and to get my secret macro lens. Turn around. Turn around. Nothing to see here. Okay, now you can look around. Okay, this is my macro lens. It's amazing quality, isn't it? For 115-year-old compact camera that costs like 50 euros. This is amber type. Amber type, tin type, basically is the same thing. One is on metal, the other one is on glass. Today's working collodion, 99% is done, or 99.9% it's done on as a positive, and then people scan it and use it as a digital file. But I prefer analog way. Wet plate collodion, you can make a positive or you can make a negative, and from a negative you can make a prints. A photograph, a real photograph, yeah? Not like computer drawing. Let me show you one. This print was made from the same kind of negative, done with the same kind of camera, Plate Collodion Brownie, and this enlargement is 10 times enlargement. So this is about 10 centimeters by 15 centimeters, and this is 90 by 140. And yeah, wet plate collodion is a very slow process. Why? Because the molecules inside are very, very small, are basically molecules. In film you have crystals, like silver halide crystals, whereas here you have these molecules you have on a molecular level. That's why they are so small, that's why they need 100 or 200 times more light than an ordinary film. But because they are so small, there is no grain. It's like the tonality is continuous. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, at the end, let's do the most exciting part. How much does wet plate collodion cost? Okay, so much stuff. Where to start? Okay, let's talk about camera. I mean, you don't need to buy like Deer Dove and all those expensive bellow cameras and those crazily expensive Petzval lenses. Some of them, they're getting up to $8,000 or something like that. You know, eBay is offering this Plate Collodion Brownie between $50 and $100. It's a really good bargain and making amazing plates, as you have seen. Next, let's talk about silver bath. This is like a silver bath, you know, it's easily costs between 120 to 200 euros. Well, if you have 10 fingers on your 2 hands and a circular saw and a little bit of patience, you can make yourself like this for, I don't know, 10, 15 euros. Or you don't have to do that. You can use trays. As you have seen in my vlog, the trays are working totally fine. Only one thing, mark yourself the tray that you will be working with silver nitrate, and secondly, have another tray to cover it. The problem with this tray sensibilization is pollution. You get a pollution very soon into your silver bath, and then it's not that fun. You have to clean it and sun it and so on. Anyway, but it's a great alternative, you know. This set of 4 pieces would cost me, I don't know, like maybe 6 euros, maybe something like that. €1.50 each. 6 euros instead of 200 euros. Yeah. Next, the most expensive thing is silver nitrate. Silver nitrate in powder costs on the market around 120 euros per 100 grams, which is ridiculous. I'm getting this powder for 50 euros, 100 gram, but I'm buying it a kilo, so it costs me like 500 euros. But I'm telling you, you know, if you have a friend who is a chemist and you know, you do some research, you can find a silver nitrate for 50 euros. We are talking October 2018. I don't know what will be next year, you know. Prices go up or down. On the market, a deciliter of pre-mixed solution of collodion solution costs 10 euros per 1 deciliter, per 100 milliliters. If you buy raw material, I don't know, like you can get, I don't know, 2 euros per deciliter, something like that. I'm buying this raw collodion for, I think it's 1 liter costs 35 euros. Ether costs, 1 liter costs 20 euros. And alcohol, alcohol, that's also very important. In all the manuals, fine grain alcohol is advised. And yes, it's definitely better to use fine grain alcohol, but if a liter of fine grain alcohol costs 20-25 euros and a liter of the denaturated alcohol costs like 4 or 5 euros, it's quite a difference. I'm using all my career, I'm using denaturated alcohol without any problem. But manuals are advising fine grain alcohol because you don't know what they use to denaturate this this alcohol, you know, so might be something that a collodion or silver nitrate will, you know, react with. But as I said, I never experienced any problem with denaturated alcohol. Anyway, if you want to mix your own collodion on the market, I mean, on specialized store, 10 grams of cadmium bromide is what, 25 euros. And if you buy on eBay, 100 grams is what, 50 euros. And potassium iodide is I don't know, 20 or something like that. I don't remember well. But anyway, those chemicals are not that expensive. You just have to mix it. You know, if I'm honest, if you are starting collodion process, it's better not to do this at the beginning. You will have plenty of problems. So so it's better to buy a pre-mixed set. I have seen they have like a, I don't know, like a pre-mixed set for 60 euros or something like that, which is very fine. About the fixer, sodium thiosulfate is a very ordinary and very popular fixer. It's very good, but it's quite weak and expensive also. So that's why, you know, I advise you to, if you want to save some money, just buy like a fix in powder. Let's say 1 liter of this costs 10 euros, and 5 or 10 liters of ordinary fixer, like silver gelatin fixer, costs around 6 euros. So it's a small change, isn't it? So anyway, so that, what else? For safe light, you can buy a second-hand darkroom light, or you can just buy like red LED lights, you know, like a Christmas lights. I have so much LED lights inside, like red LED lights, that those red LED lights are fogging my silver gelatin paper, but they're not fogging collodion. So orange or red LED lights will be good, will be safe. What else? Developer. How much costs developer? Wait 1 second. 500 milliliter of developer cost 13 euros. Well, you can go to agro store and buy ferrosulfate. I think this bag I might use in 5 years, and it costs me like 5 euros. And look at the quality, you know, like I saw disgusting quality of some shops. This is how it should be. You see, it has to be like in powder. It has to be bluish green color. I have seen some guys buying like expensive developer, and it was, I mean, ferrosulfate, and it was all like brown color of rust, because of course it's a ferrosulfate, and iron reacts with oxygen and it gets like a rust, and it's rusting, right? Anyway, ferrosulfate I buy in agro store for 5 euros for 5 years stock. In a developer there is acetic acid. You can get, I mean, this liter, it's around what? Another 15-20 euros. Or, but if you want to save, if you want to be super cheap, you can use this. You can use vinegar, alcohol vinegar, you know. I mean, you know, I used it before because I was on the field and I forgot my acetic acid, and I used vinegar from store. But you know, don't do that if you're learning the process, okay? Go for this. Actually, I forgot something very important. If you want to do some wet plate collodion process, first thing you need to buy is a good safe glasses, like a box of gloves, literally gloves, and an apron. Safety first. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. You know, it was the intention was to make to break few myths, you know, how wet plate collodion is so expensive and how you need to have all this expensive gear. You don't have to. You just have to have a knowledge. And knowledge is actually quite worthy. If you don't know nothing about wet plate collodion, you have never done that before, I encourage you to try it, but under one condition. Please either take a workshop or buy a good manual. The one that I really recommend is from Mark Osterman and friend Scully Osterman, and but there are many others. You know, safety first. Please check the safety, because you know, collodion is kind of explosive, mixed in ether. You know, no flames. Silver nitrate is very corrosive and can burn your eye if you get it in your eye and that kind of stuff. But otherwise, you know, you can try it out. Just a short notice, you know, comforting notice. If you're gonna burn your house down while trying to do wet plate collodion, let me just comfort you with the thought that you will not be the first or the last. So you're okay. Okay, like a few weeks ago, or should I say like 6 weeks ago, I made a vlog when I promised my Patreons like a gift, and I made all of them, and I did all the packaging, and I did really good printing, better than I did the one in the vlog, but I still haven't managed to send it, and I will do it next week. 2 or 3 of my best patrons, more generous, the most generous patrons will also get this ambrotype. Not this one that I showed, but similar one, yeah, the same thing, but just different occasion. And in that vlog, I made a photo challenge. Two guys. I picked 2 guys. One is Jean Herpin and Andrew Lavergheta. Andrew, Yeah. You know, just like you have problems with spelling my name, I have problems with spelling your name, you know, so that's how it is. That's the truth. But anyway, congratulations, you got a print coming in next week, probably. Okay, I hope you liked this vlog. I hope I brought some new ideas into the community of wet plate collodion process. And you know, I hope you appreciate it. And if you do, press like, subscribe, share this information. And you know, if you want to support me, you can either buy my book or even better, become my Patreon, you know, on patreon.com/boardpeterlin. Either way.